Welcome to my class, and we are doing Unit 7. In fact, we've concluded Unit 7, but few practical applications of that. So in this Unit 7, we are doing market equilibrium and changes in demand and supply affecting equilibrium, price, and equilibrium quantity. So uh, this is how. What are the? We'll give it a practical color to it. How does it? How do we come across these situations, and how do we answer those, or how do we think about what will be the change? So here we go. I've given you 3 questions. Just go through this. The first one I'm going to take up first, which is regarding uh, inferior goods. Now, before we even read the question, what are inferior goods? Inferior goods are those goods that the demand for which falls as income of the consumer increases, other things remaining constant. So if any good is purchased by a consumer just because of his low level of income, then the commodity is said to be an inferior good. But as his income increases, he may substitute it for a better product. So with a rise in his income, the demand for the inferior good falls. So then because of that, you will see, okay, let's read the question as, how will an increase in the income of the buyer of an inferior good affect its equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity? Explain with the help of a diagram. So this we are going to explain. This is what is the impact. Now, as we've already said, there'll be a decrease in demand. So let's look at this diagram, and you can see for yourself that, so we know that there's an inverse relation between income and inferior good. It means that an increase in income of the buyer of an inferior good will result in decrease in demand. So you see that you have do, that is D original curve. So that original curve, the original quantity or the initial quantity is Q, and the equilibrium price is OP, that's the initial. Okay, that's the equilibrium price. Now when there is a decrease in demand for the commodity, obviously the equilibrium price decreases and equilibrium quantity also decreases. Well, that is a given, you can understand, but how does it go about? Well, there is a chain effect. There will be a series of expansions and contractions as we go on to settle on a new equilibrium in the market. So we see that in the diagram. Now look at this. DDO is the original demand curve which intersects the supply curve at SSO at point E0. As a result, equilibrium price, and there the equilibrium price is OP0, OPO that is, and the equilibrium quantity is OQ0. That is, original equilibrium is there. Now when the demand decreases from DD0 or D original to D dash, the equilibrium price decreases from OP to OP dash, and equilibrium quantity decreases from OQ to OQ dash. So with that, you see that a new equilibrium has been brought about in the market. Now we'll take the second one which you read. Now look at this. As you see, now crops damaged in Himachal Pradesh sent tomato prices rising in Delhi. So use a diagram and economic theory to analyze this statement. So just think, tomato prices in Delhi rose when tomato crop was damaged in Himachal Pradesh. That resulted in decrease in supply of tomatoes. Now in the diagram you see that again SS0 is the original supply curve. When the crop is damaged, the supply curve shifts leftward. Now we are talking from the supply, so we are talking about the decrease in supply. Now you will have to understand that, and don't start talking about increase or decrease in demand here. So that you have to be careful with. So the supply curve you see shifts to SS dash at the prevailing market price OP0. There was an excess demand by that amount. So in this situation, buyers will start competing to raise the market price. Now as the market price rises, quantity demanded of tomatoes will contract and quantity supply would have expanded. So this process of expansion and contraction will have continued till a new equilibrium is settled at OP dash, where market price is equal to market supply at OP dash, and this is of course higher than the original one, right? So as you see, sorry, I didn't change this. So in this, let me just, sorry, I didn't show you the diagram. Yes, so let me just explain it once again. That, so what do you see? There is a leftward shift in the supply curve. Okay, just take a, you can take a screenshot and then go through it, what I just said. So anyways, simply it shows that the new equilibrium price will be over the original equilibrium price, OP and OPO, and the quantity also would have decreased. Okay, so now we will take the third one. Now the third is here, the third question. And the third question, what you find is that households in southern India prefer oranges for breakfast now because banana plantations in Kerala have been destroyed, and the price of apples and grapes have also risen. Now we're going to use a diagram in economic theory to analyze the impact of rise in price of apples and grapes on the market of oranges. So what will happen? Simply, okay, sorry, again, I have to show you the diagram. So what will happen is, tell me, the demand curve will shift rightward. Just have a look. So what happens? The demand curve for oranges will shift rightwards. There'll be increase in demand for oranges because apples, grapes and oranges are fruits which are substitutes for each other. So when the price of apples and grapes rises, consumers will substitute them with the relatively cheaper oranges. As a result, demand for oranges will increase. That is what? Yes, you're right. Demand curve of oranges will shift rightwards. Now in the diagram you see that the original demand curve which shifts to D dash. As a result of this, there is excess demand equal to AE 0. Now there will be competition among buyers which will raise the market price, and this would contract the demand and expand the supply. And this process will continue till market demand is equal to market supply and a new equilibrium price settles at OP dash. Okay, so what do you find? That the price has risen, the equilibrium price has risen, and the equilibrium quantity has also risen. Okay, so this is what it is. So it's very, once you start practicing and you go through it, it becomes, start your answer with making an original demand and supply curve, and then read the answer and accordingly mark.